Listening. People don't listen. No one listens. You don't listen. So there's something called survival listening that people do, right? So survival listening is that way of listening where you're actually in a conversation with yourself, right? Talking about what's being said. So if I'm saying that and you're saying to yourself, I'm not in a conversation with myself about what's being said, that's the conversation I'm talking about, right? And the conversation that people are having in their head about what's being said often sounds like, you know, this sounds familiar. I've heard this before. I've never heard this before. I like this. I don't like this. Oh, I think that's right. Oh, I think that's wrong. I prefer that other thing he said rather than the thing he said just now. I like the way he talked about it last week more than he talked about it this week. What's up with the blue glasses? Why does he keep laughing? I wonder what I'm having for dinner tonight. Oh yeah, and there's that crazy laugh again. And oh yes, I don't like the way he said that. I would prefer it if he said it this way instead of that way. I think that was a poor choice of words, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. So there's a couple sources of survival listening, just real quickly, right? So back in the day, a few 100,000 years ago, I'm sure we can all remember, right? Human beings were prey more than predators, right? And if we were caught out in the wilderness by ourselves, it was a death sentence. So if you got banished from your tribe or something, it was a death sentence. And then additionally, if you're out in the wild, right, you hear a twig break, you want to make sure that there's no threat there. So you want to see the threat before the threat sees you. So you put those two things together, right? Being hyper alert to any kind of danger around you, like always looking for what's wrong, and then always looking for making sure that you're in sync with the rest of the group so that you don't get cast out. And there's a real specific quality to the way people listen, like for survival, right? And so another alternative is to listen from love and for what's possible, like listening for possibility, listening from love. So you're not listening to make sure you're safe and make sure you're getting it right, or make sure you're seeing the threat before it sees you, but you're listening for what's possible from abundance, from love, from safety and security. So a couple ways to a little vehicle, a little structure for conscious listening. So let's call this conscious listening, listening fully awake and consciously from love and for what's possible. So a couple techniques for that is, so I'm gonna give you like a little 4-step thing. One is actually pay attention to what's being said, right? The words being used, tonality, facial expression, hand movements, body language, the whole thing, phraseology, like really get connected to how people are speaking and what they're saying, even the tempo and volume and all that. Second aspect is feel into someone's experience when they're talking. Like, what are they experiencing right now? Are they excited? Are they fearful? Are they joyful? And then start to notice and appreciate what are they really trying to communicate? What are they committed to? What are they trying to get across? Why are they here communicating with you? Look at what they're pointing to, not the finger. And then fourthly, notice where the emotional triggers are. Right, very powerful in coaching and leading. Right, if someone keeps getting triggered every time relationships are mentioned, we know that there's something going on there, unhealed or uncared for about relationships. Right, so this is just a vehicle for conscious listening. Practice, 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 practice. Thank you.